Hey YouTubers, this is Old John. I'm going to do a video today on a new purchase I made of a 10-inch sliding compound miter saw. It's Chicago Electric, and I got it from the Harbor Freight Tools. Let's see, it's the original price about $120, and they had a 25% off sale, so I got it for right at $90. So again, it's 10-inch sliding compound. It's got a 15 amp motor, dual linear slide rails, and a 45-degree left bevel design. Here's some pictures of it before I unpack it. Okay, here's what it looks like inside. Got a layer of styrofoam. This is the manual. It was in this plastic bag, and it has this Allen wrench, which is probably for removing the blade, I assume. Now this comes without a blade, so you have to get a blade for it. Here's some extra brushes, it looks like. Here's the manual. Like I say, it's a Chicago Electric 10-inch sliding compound saw. Starts out with your typical safety information, warnings. Then a breakdown of the parts. Pretty good diagram. Starts off telling you how to mount, put the extensions on. Tells you have to mount this on a suitable support, like a saw table or some other table. And there are bolt holes on the bottom that you can mount to a surface. Tells you how to adjust the miter angle, adjusting the bevel angle, using the depth stop, then general operating procedures, and cleaning and maintenance and lubrication, which there's not a whole lot. Pictures of using it. Adjusting or replacing the kerf board. And then a nice parts list labeled in tabular form in a picture. Pretty decent manual. Okay, these are the place extension supports. This is your sawdust bag. Okay, so let's take off this large piece of styrofoam. So here's the saw. Obviously the handle, blade guard, extension cord, got clips on it to keep it out of the way of things. Must be about 6 feet long, I'd say. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this. Okay, I put the saw on my table here. That's plastic here and some styrofoam. I guess that's to keep this solid and from moving while being shipped. Okay, here's a insert And this is wrapped around the shaft, I think. Anyway, it's a blade installation guide, which is nice, which I will be doing, because as I mentioned earlier, there's not a blade that comes with this. Of course, that makes it at least $20 to $40 cheaper, so you have to keep that in mind. They were selling with this Hercules. It's considered a general purpose, and it has carbide teeth, 40 of them. So it says that you can cut hardwood, softwood, plywood, chipboard, or laminate. So it's got a 5/8 inch arbor, 6,000 maximum RPM. It's the HA25-B1040. Keep that in mind. If you buy this, you will have to get a blade. These are the extension supports, and they go in these holes on the ends of the base. So just slide in like that. You rotate the saw by pushing down on this. I'm thinking these extensions are held tight by the screw. You just have to screw it in a long ways. Okay, so that holds the extensions in. Okay. And then thread the miter lock handle into the plate until securely in place. That locks the blade in place. Then it goes into mounting the saw. And there again, I want to put it on something stable, substantial. There are holes in the base, 4 holes for mounting. Now the screw, the bolt screws, whatever you're going to use, don't come with this, so you'll have to provide those separately. There's a label showing you how to change the blade. Just pulls out. There's some instructions there on the side, which are nice. To change the angle of the cut, you loosen this knob about a 1/4 turn, and then push down on the tab and rotate it, and it automatically stops at common angles like 15 degrees, 22.5, 30, and then 45. So that's handy. Got a nice stop. Plastic, looks like it can be adjusted, and it probably needs to be. It's slightly off, so I'll have to adjust that a little bit. This holds your wood in place, which is nice. This adjusts up and down with 2 levers. Oh, the underside of this has kind of a rubberized tab. Probably can't see it, but that's kind of nice, so it won't scratch the surface you're putting it on. Okay, to do a bevel cut, you grasp this handle in the back and you turn it about 1/2 turn counterclockwise, and then you can grab this handle up here and then rotate to up to 45 degrees. Looks like this, now this is pretty close to being on, but it's nice that all these are adjustable in case they get out of adjustment. But that's pretty simple. Nice large inch labels on the horizontal and the vertical surfaces. Really nice for us older people who are having more and more vision problems. Like so, and then the saw comes up. But anyway, now that gets everything up so we can put the new blade on. And you can see the instructions completely now to unplug the saw, remove the guard plate bolt. It says remove, I guess it means you take it out entirely. Okay, this took 2 hands, but we now swing the guard up and out of the way so we can now get to the bolt. And we lock this in position with the spindle lock here. And you have to push down on this, and that locks the nut from turning. And we want to use the Allen wrench supplied, and you turn it clockwise because it has reverse threads on it. So you keep turning. Okay, then this comes off. Here's the blade I'm using. It's an all-purpose blade. And there's an arrow on the guard here pointing this way, so you want to orient the saw blade in the same direction, of course. And this is going to take 2 hands to do this. Tricky, you have to manipulate the guard here to get the blade up into the position. It's just a matter of tightening this and remembering that you have to go counterclockwise to tighten, and it turns unless you can hold the spindle lock in, which I'm going to do now. It takes 2 hands. Okay, it's tight now. So then we need to drop this guard back down and put the bolt back in, I believe. Okay, so we put that back in and tighten it up. Now it tightens clockwise. And so we have the blade in now. Okay, this knob keeps it from sliding in and out, so you can adjust that as you need to. Sawdust bag, which could be a little better. I have an old one I may use, and I've read some complaints about it too. But anyway, it's got this spring clip in it, and it just screws This opening may be pretty standard. You may be able to attach vacuum here, vacuum hose. Yeah, that could be a little better. This is fairly lightweight. My old one, which is about 40 years old, was a lot heavier than this. I can literally pick this up and hold it with one hand, so it's a pretty light saw. Here's some capacities. 120 volt, 15 amp, 5000 RPM. Arbor diameter is 5/8, 10-inch blade diameter. Cutting capacity at 90 degrees, 2 3/4 inch deep by 12 inches wide. At 45 degrees, 1 9/16 inch deep by 8 1/4 inch wide. Some of the comments I've read online say that it's a nice saw, but it's not meant for continuous use. So if you need this, if you're a commercial contractor and you're gonna, or a carpenter, and you're going to be sawing every day, lots of projects, this is probably not for you. But it's ideal for the occasional homeowner use. And you can't probably beat it for the price as a result. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and I have many more videos like this if you're interested at Harrison 4803. This is Old John signing out.